Hello, Aries. I want to wish you guys a happy birthday. This is your April 2022 reading. I have all of my Aries, my fellow Arians who've just had birthdays, having birthdays. I hope you guys have a wonderful birthday and I hope you enjoy yourself. Anyway, okay, here we go. So let's take a look at what's going on. It seems like April might be, I don't want to say like a heavy month for us, but we have some stuff going on. I don't think it's a bad thing. Sometimes you got to clear out the old air or the shenanigans to start on like the new phase. And I think that's actually kind of what April is going to be for us a little bit. It's going to be kind of clearing out some of the old issues and moving on forward to the next phase of stuff. So first up, we have... So how I'm doing this is this top row is the overall general feel. And then here, these each represent a week of April, like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, like the general feel, like the kind of higher up feel of everything. So let's take a look what we got going on here. So first up, we have the Justice card. So this is about fairness, balance, legal issues, justice, rational decisions, trust, cause and effect, and law. It represents fairness and karma. In situations, this indicates that things are going to take place or be resolved in a fair manner. It always signifies for you to think of your present behavior and how it will affect your future. You know, be reasonable in your dealings. Don't be trying to screw people over. And take responsibility for your actions. That's what really justice represents. So then next up, we have the devil. And the devil is about temptation, seduction, manipulation, materialism, addiction, lust, shadow self, attachment, and restrictions. This all is all about the unbalanced aspects of ourselves. It can represent like overindulgence in like food, something that we enjoy too much and it's not really super productive for us. We know it's not really great for us, but we kind of just do it anyway because it's like the short-term pleasure versus like a long-term reward. So it can be almost like a hindrance, but this card always represents that it's something that we do to ourselves. Like we know we can stop this behavior and do some different type of behavior, but we're choosing to stay within this devil energy. So it's kind of almost like self-imposed. It can represent an unhealthy partnership or any kind of unhealthy attachments that we may have. It could be like negative effects of negative habits, dependencies, behaviors, thought patterns, relationships, and addictions. So that's what the devil all like represents. So then we got the Fool, and he's all about new beginnings. Spontaneity, unconventional approaches to things, innocence, taking a chance. He's a free spirit. He's always at the beginning of the journey. He's always like filled with energy and he's super excited. You know, he's taking the first step and he's not really thinking, I guess, of like the problems that will come. He's just excited to just like have his bags packed and start the journey. I think he has like a bag packed and a dog. So he's just like excited just to go on this journey. It's almost like this, you know, the all the possibilities. It's the moment of feeling like you have so many possibilities and the, you know, limitless potential, but you're not yet on that journey fully. You're just taking the first steps. This card is being about motivated about how you feel in the moment and not really wanting being tied down and just want the spontaneity and freedom to do what you want. So, okay, so now kind of broader spectrum of week 1, we have the Knight of Swords, which is all about conflict, sudden change. He is a confident speaker, though. He's focused and ambitious and action-orientated. He has a lot of drive for success, and he's very quick to think. He's a fast thinker. He's associated with the mind and communication. He's a problem solver, and he thinks rather than he feels. But he's motivated by truth and a seeker of justice, and can indicate sudden change. He's on a mission, and once he has his mind set up about something, there's no stopping him. Which is very interesting that you have this. We have this in like the Justice card. I'll get into that in a second. So then next up we have the Seven of Swords, which this one is all about, and this is interesting because then we have the Devil up here. But anyway, the Seven of Swords is all about betrayal, deception, getting away with something. It's the card of, I call it the card of sneakiness. It could be theft. It could be a cunning person, dishonesty. It also can indicate a need to act strategically. So it depends on how sneaky you're being, like if it's like a strategic sneakiness or if it's like you're trying to screw somebody over type of sneakiness or somebody screwing you over sneakiness. It's all about sneaking around other people's backs and hoping that nobody's going to find out, and people potentially running their own agendas and kind of screwing you over. Okay, so then we have the Four of Swords, which is all about rest and recuperation, meditation, a period of calm, relaxation, contemplation, and reflection. This card represents needing to take some time out. You have to take some quiet time. You need to recharge your batteries. This usually comes after a period of stress or high activity. And it also indicates now is not the time to make decisions. You might need to take a break to gain a new perspective on something. So then, last up, we have the King of Wands, which is all about leadership. It's motivational, inspiring, courageous, adventurous. He's warm. He's just like a natural born leader. It just comes natural to him. He has like a grand vision of things. And he's all about long-term success. He's very creative and he's driven, but he's able to achieve his goals by almost like getting people to follow him. So he's just like this natural leader. Like he's able to kind of spark interest in other people and they want to help him achieve his goals because they like believe in his cause in a sense. This could indicate that you have an idea of what you want to do and are stepping into a leadership role to get it done. You have the maturity and are planning to see the process to the end. Okay, so kind of smooshing it all together. It's very interesting because here, and I'm going to get into some of the other cards. I have some Oracle stuff in a second. And think of a question for the Magic 8 Ball. We'll ask that at the end. Now, it's interesting because I feel like with all these energies here, I feel like something with the Justice, I feel like there could have been, maybe there was something that you felt like was being like unfairly done to you. Now, Justice is not about like, I should say this, Justice is not a card where it's like, okay, you're going to kind of get the upper hand just because you're getting the upper hand. It's really just about like, okay, well, you might not be 100% satisfied with the results, but it's like the fair result. Like it's something that if you kind of take your own ego and your own self out of the equation, you could be like, okay, well, that's like the fairest situation or the fairest outcome. So it's not necessarily like almost like a favoring type of card where you're kind of getting the upper hand. It's almost just like, okay, well, it's the fairest between whatever's going on. This is like the most fair outcome, most rational, fairest outcome type of thing. So there might have been something going on where either you felt like you were being unfairly treated or something wasn't quite fully on the up and up. And it's interesting because you got the devil with the devil card here. He's all about kind of temptation and kind of the shadow self and how should I say? What do I want to say? Like indulgence, addictions, or just kind of putting energy into things, almost escapism. That's what the word I wanted to say, like an escapist kind of energy. But it's something that we do to ourselves. So it's interesting with the Fool. He's all about starting new beginnings and everything and kind of going on a new journey and having like that fresh mind and that fresh soul. And with the Knight of Swords, I feel like at the beginning of the month, the Knight of Swords being kind of this sudden change, you know, ambitious, focused. He's driven and he's also a seeker of justice. I feel like with whatever's going on up here, something's going to have to come. Some situation is coming to maybe a conclusion. Like if there was some kind of unfair situation going on, I think it's going to start getting resolved. And by the end of the month, there's a new path going on. Like you're going on a new path. Because with him, I feel like this, let's say this, the Devil card, if you're engaging in some kind of activity that maybe, and this could even indicate like you're doing whatever, and maybe it could be like an escapism, but you know in your heart you shouldn't be doing it. And in the Justice, with the Justice, it's almost like you might be realizing that you need to shift gears. I feel like this is kind of what's going on. So this doesn't necessarily need to be legal or anything. It could just be you're engaged in some kind of like escapism or something that you know is sucking your time, but it's really not fulfilling you long term. It's not aligning with your long-term goals. And I feel like with the Justice, you're starting to kind of get that feeling that, you know what, this really isn't working out for me, and I need to move forward and I need to move on. So I kind of think with this energy, I feel like that's really what's going on. So with the Knight of Swords, I feel like that's coming in saying, you know what? I got to switch gears here. I got to think about this in a different way. I need to, because if you think swords are all about thoughts, and then wands are about action, and then these are the major arcana. So that's pretty like the broader, the more major situations in our lives is the top row, what this represents. So there's a lot of like thoughts here, and a lot, and then at the end of the like action at the end. So I feel like you're having that kind of spark of inspiration, or thinking that, you know, whatever's going on here, whatever you're spending your time focusing on, this could be a person, this could be some kind of activity. Maybe you're playing, what is that? I don't know what's a new fun game. I don't really know. I'm not super hip with that stuff. Maybe it's some kind of, you're spending time playing a certain game, or you're spending time watching something or doing something where it's just sucking. You enjoy it. It's not that you don't enjoy it. You enjoy it, but you know it's not really great for you. It's not really helping you move forward. It's not really helping you attain your goals. It's just for the now. So I feel like you're realizing that, you know what, maybe this isn't working. It could be a relationship. It could be whatever it is for you. I think you're realizing that this isn't working. And I feel like there's some sneakiness, because this is a card of sneakiness. So this could really be that either you're going to find out that somebody was kind of not maybe fully truthful to you, or maybe this card could even represent that you're kind of fooling yourself in a way. Like with the Devil here, this is kind of you're getting stuck. You're putting yourself in this situation. So this card could kind of be like, maybe you're trying to fool yourself, saying, okay, well, this is going to be good for me. This and that, you know, it'll be fine, but it's really not. Like whatever this is, this could be somebody trying to be sneaky to you. So you got to watch that as well. But if this is I feel like a lot of this energy is kind of more like about you. It could be that you're fooling yourself into staying into this devil situation, into this self-imposed situation. But you're starting to realize, I feel like you're starting to kind of acknowledge, because this card is almost like you realize there's something sneaky going on. So I feel like you're starting to acknowledge that this situation isn't good. And I feel like with the Justice there, it's almost like showing more that this isn't good. Like this is not really working out. There's something, we need to be fair here. And I think with the Four of Swords, the self-imposed rest, I think that's kind of, because these energies are kind of heavy. I feel like that week 3, there might be a need of self-reflection that's happening. And with that, you're going to have some time to reset yourself. And then the King of Wands is all about kind of being creative and driven and going after what you want. So I think this is really, I think in a sense, you're freeing yourself from this devil here. I think this is what I mean to say. I think I went about this in a long roundabout way. I feel like you're starting to have that moment where you're realizing that things are not quite balanced in your life. You're stuck in some cycle that's not good. And by the end of the month, you're going to be with the Fool and the King of Wands on the new journey forward. So I think that's really what's going on. And I think at the beginning of the month, you're kind of coming to terms that you might have been deceiving yourself. And this could also be somebody deceiving you. But I feel like this is, whatever this is, you're realizing that something's not quite on the up and up, and you need to reevaluate your thoughts. Or maybe week 3, you're taking some time to kind of be like, you know what? This is just not working. I need to just take a minute. And then by the end of the month, you're ready to kind of go on the new journey in the new direction. So I think that's really great. So now also, this deck is kind of like what you need to overcome in a sense. So it says, I won't cry for you. So now this card is about almost like letting someone go. This is the stage of acceptance in this deck. And it says, I gave you my last gift. I shed my last tear for you. It is time not to let you free, but to let myself free. So it's kind of about breaking up. You know, it's painful to break up. It's hard, but it's you just need to let go. Like, and I think this could be whatever. I feel like this goes with the devil. Whatever you're letting go, this could be a person, but sometimes it's like you got to break up with something that you enjoy. Like you might have to break up with your PlayStation. Is PlayStation even like still a thing? I think it is, right? It's still popular. You might have to break up with whatever bad habit is going on with the devil. This could be a person. This could just be something that you're doing to yourself. I feel like you need to break up with it. And it's hard. Sometimes when you're stuck in routines, it's very, very hard to shift out of that because it's almost like a default. It's like a comfort zone. So you need to kind of get out of that comfort zone. So I feel like this, I won't cry for you, this breakup is going to go with this kind of devil energy up here, you know? Okay, so now let's see what the next card is. Now, you got these two. So this is Journey. Daughters of our mothers, walkers of the unknown, take with you on this journey all that you hone. Okay, so you got Journey, and then you got Silence. There is a sweet embrace in nothingness. Stillness brings a presence of self fully embodied. Okay, so now Journey is all about finding your purpose in life. Is a lot like waiting for Christmas. You have to walk your path and trust in the gifts. You have to walk your path and trust in the gifts that wait for you. All will be revealed when the time is right. If you have drawn the Journey card, it is because you need to trust your process. You cannot skip past the lessons, trials, triumphs, or hardships that you face. Each step is an important milestone. It can be hard to see the sun when clouds surround you. But no, dear one, this is your journey, is as it needs to be. Discovery comes when your back is to the wall and you have to find a way to leap from danger. Failures and mistakes are investments you make in yourself. They cost you now, but they will save you more than you can imagine over the long journey ahead. Each day holds gifts, lessons, and miracles, so find one life lesson each day. It is about being mindful, focusing on the present. Mindfulness helps you become aware of the subtle ways Great Spirit speaks to you. If you are looking ahead, you will miss the clues. So I really feel that because the Fool is all about kind of starting a new journey as well. And the King of Wands is about making progress, like kind of planning ahead and kind of just going forward. So I really feel that you're shifting gears here. I feel like you're realizing that you need to kind of bring more fairness or justice into your life. This devil energy, it's something that you need to let go. And then you're going to be starting kind of on a new path ahead. And it's not always clear. It's not, the path ahead is never, nothing's ever clear. Sometimes you just got to fake it till you make it. So I feel like this Journey card is really going with maybe more of the energy at the end of the month going forward. Now the Silence card is all about the world moves at such an alarming rate. Sitting inside a coffee shop, I can hear sirens, cars, construction, people talking and moving. I find myself seeking the quiet dawn when the earth is still and muted. There is a presence in silence. There is space to fill it with the sounds of your voice and the beat of your heart. This is the space where all of creation is free to roam wild. Stillness is the presence of nothing and the potential for everything. A witch knows she must take time to find stillness. It is within nothingness that creation is born. One must be still to hear. One must be still to receive the subtle messages left for us to find. Spirits needs your attention for a few moments to guide you on your path. If silence has paused you in your spread, take this opportunity to be still. This card is a reminder to spend time each day to clear your mind. The answer to your question will come when you stop searching, allowing the solution to be presented to you. There is no need to rush in the situation. Even if you think you must, remove your expectations of the situation you are inquiring about. Give this up to the silence. The nothingness, Spirit will take your query and answer when the time is right. Now, I feel that this is really going with the Four of Swords. This is why I love tarot, because it's like I shuffle these things and things come out, and however they come out, that's how they come out. But so many times there's just connections, and I feel like they're always trying to tell us something. So I feel like the Four of Swords is silence by kind of like the third week in a sense, or some point this month, you're going to have some time for stillness to think, kind of sit within yourself and your thoughts, and maybe just like even clear your mind of whatever, because that might actually help you break out of this devil situation. Because if this is something obviously the devil is a situation that you're doing repeatedly, or somebody that you're dealing with repeatedly that's kind of sucking you dry. If you have time to kind of break away from that, sometimes it's good to kind of reset yourself so you can kind of move in a different direction, So I feel like silence is really going with the Four of Swords here, as far as like kind of taking some time to yourself. Now, and we shall continue. We are not done there yet. So then you got the bluebell, the flower. This is about gratitude. Be thankful for what is good now. Now, this is so funny that this came up because I started listening to all these manifestation, like how to manifest or whatever videos. And a lot of them say, if you want to manifest something, you need to kind of like be clear about what you want to manifest. But through doing that, sometimes you want to like write down 5 things that you were grateful for every day. By doing that, you're putting yourself in more of a positive mindset. You're putting yourself in more of a positive energy. And I think that's so incredible. And I think it's so important. So if you're feeling in a funk here, because the devil is kind of something that, sucking you dry, maybe every day or every night, write 5 things that you were grateful for that day. It could be stupid stuff. It could be that, I don't know, maybe the dog didn't pee on the floor that day. Maybe you have a dog that's very spirited and wants to do whatever he wants. And maybe he was a good boy that day. Or maybe you didn't hit any traffic on the way to work. It doesn't have to be anything monumental, or it doesn't have to be anything super like where you have to really stress your brain out to figure it out. It could be something really basic, like whatever. Like maybe your spouse cooked you dinner, or maybe the kids, they got an A in a class or something, or an A in some project. But 5 things this could help shift your mindset, because I feel like there might be kind of the week 2-ish. There might be a little bit of a funk, because usually this card of sneakiness, it puts you in a little bit of a funk. And I think the silence and the 4 of Swords over here might be trying to get out of that funk. And to get out of that funk, maybe a little bit of like being appreciative of what you have at the moment could help you reignite your passion moving forward, because you have the Garnet card as well, which is all about igniting your passion. So I think things are going to be moving really well, kind of more at the end of the month. But I think sometimes what happened here? Sometimes we need to figure out kind of the now a little bit, because a lot of us are like really focused on the future or the past, but we are not present in the moment. I do that all the time. I'm listening to all these videos and I'm like, I got to be more present in the moment. Next up, we have reflection. This says, give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Now, like I said, I think this has to do with kind of this devil energy here. This could be a person. It could be somebody that maybe you need to take some time. But this also could be, I feel like this really goes with the week 3-ish energies with the 4 of Swords and the silence, that you might need to take some time to reflect, to move forward on the journey ahead coming at the end of the month. So that's definitely important. And then we have doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. So if you, whatever this new journey you're going on, I feel like this says don't overthink it, like don't overthink it. Don't get into your head, just do it. Like you can do this, whatever, because this devil could be something everybody is going to be different for. But if this is something that's really, I don't say if it's like a drug addiction, but if it's something that is very, very, you're very sucked into or stuck in, and it's hard to break this energy, don't doubt yourself. Like you can do this. I'm here telling you right now, you can do this. Whatever this is, you can do it. So don't doubt yourself. Like you can do this. You just need to take the steps ahead and you're moving forward, which is fantastic. So then your food fortune is the golden ball, which is the falafel. So maybe have the spirit of the falafel will be with you. Let's see what your little stone is going to be. Oh, you got love. And I feel like this could be like either like you need to love yourself or remind yourself that you love yourself, or even if just tell your family or whatever that you love them. Love is like super powerful. I feel like with this devil and kind of some of this heavier energy that's going on here, maybe you just have to remind yourself that you are loved, or even if you tell pet. I tell my cat all the time that I love her. And it actually makes it, she loves to hear it. She gets so happy. She's so happy about it. But it's such a powerful word. So I tell her that I love her all the time. It makes her happy, but it makes me happy saying that. So even if you have, just tell somebody that you love them. Even if it's like your plant or something, maybe you have a favorite succulent or whatever, just let it know that you love them. And I'm telling you, it's going to do wonders for you. It might help you with, if you are hitting a funk, it might help you get out of that funk. And love and gratitude go hand in hand. Where's the gratitude one? Here. These two go hand in hand. Okay, so let's do some of your numbers. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So we got G. Okay, so let me do like G, F, A, H, E, L, O, and then we got 9988. Look at that. So there you go. That's that. Okay. Now let's do the magic 8-ball. Think of your question. Oh, mystical magical 8-ball. What is the answer to my Aries March 22 question? March 2022 question. It says, what does it say? It says, without a doubt. So the 8-ball has spoken. I hope you guys have a wonderful March. I'll see you guys later. Bye.